What is this thing I found today at a tag sale? The tube has little discs, like thick Alka-Seltzer looking things that go in that top part I guess. And you blow into the tube I think. Any ideas? It's a vintage blow torch. Apparently it is from the 1950s and designed for jewelers and other small applications. That Alka-Seltzer looking things are fuel tablets. Each tablet gives high heat for 10 minutes and can be extinguished and relighted. I was going through a bag of my dad's old tools. I found this thing, but I have no idea what it would be used for. The lower the number, the thinner the piece of metal is. There is no marking on the tabs aside from one number on each. He used to work for Lockheed long ago. What is it? It's a feeler gauge. It is used to precisely determine the size of small gaps between two objects that are in close proximity. I use one often working on vintage Volkswagens. The number on each plate represents thousandths of an inch thickness and is used to measure the gap between parts that require adjustment or specific spacing, like valves and ignition points. Can anyone identify this thing? It is like a mechanical screwdriver or mini drill, but seems to have an Allen bit. What is it? It's an Archimedes drill. These light Archimedes drills were used by 19th century fretwork workers, both amateur and commercial. They made a small starting hole for the saw blade. More fancy ones were also used by clockmakers and instrument makers of all kinds, who needed precision small holes. I found these at a yard sale for $1. They are in perfect condition, but obviously old. The top part is solid brass, and the tips are stainless steel and joined together somehow. On the screw at the top it says Made in England on one side. What is it? It's a nautical chart divider. It is used to measure the distance between 2 points on a chart to mark the ship's position. I have a pair and I'm using them. What is this small metal dart found in the yard? The nose is threaded, but doesn't completely screw off. No stamps or markings. Found in the northeast part of USA. House was built in the 60s, way before me. Any ideas? It's weird because I was just talking to someone about these the other day. It's an old die-cast cap rocket. Red paper caps were inserted in the space and when thrown would bang on impact. I had a few of these in the 90s. What are these clear tubes in the foundation of a recently renovated 1904 farmhouse with some kind of resin in them? The tubes are 1/4 inch in diameter, spaced 10 to 20 feet apart, somewhat flexible. There was some foundation work completed with the renovation. Image search didn't help, and the owner doesn't know either. Located in Colorado, USA if that helps. Any ideas? They are epoxy injection ports. I would guess that the foundation has recently been reinforced with injectable epoxy or sealer, and those are the leftover connections that somebody forgot to remove. We had similar work that left plastic tubes where epoxy was injected. We were told we could just knock them off after they cured completely. What are these string or twine contraptions spanning through the attic? The whole length of the house with several connection points. My friend sent me these pictures. It's a 2-story house with an attic in Los Angeles, built in the 40s or 50s. Metal circles and twine or string between them. The loop connecting piece is ceramic or porcelain. What is it for? I am an amateur radio operator. It's called a cage dipole antenna, and that one had relays to connect and disconnect sections together to lengthen and shorten the whole antenna, making it resonant on different frequency bands. What is this big wooden thing that kinda looks like a clothespin? It's about 4 pounds and 85 centimeters tall. It's a dark wood that's a bit worn down, and I'm guessing it's over 40 years old. My wife thinks it's used for knitting. I asked my mom who knits, but she doesn't recognize it. Might be a part of a boat. I bought it at a thrift store in the Netherlands if that helps. What is it? It's a washing dolly or wasstamper in Dutch. It's for washing clothes. The hole at the top would have had a piece of wood going through, which would have been used for handles. You put your clothes in a tub of hot water with soap and then put this dolly in and twist it backward and forward to agitate the water. It's very hard work and not great for buttons. What is this antique handmade woodbox and chopper thing? It's about a foot long and appears to be handmade. No screws or nails holding it together, just wood pins. The masher thing isn't attached to the other object and doesn't have a blade or anything. Looks like it's made to process some item, but I have no idea what. It was bought at a garage sale and the seller had no clue what it was used for. What is it? It's an antique butter worker. It is used for pressing the buttermilk out of freshly made butter, working in the salt, and bringing the butter to a condition for use or shipment to market. What's with this laptop with folding sensors and wires going into a backpack? They seem to be measuring something. Saw multiple people walking around with these setups at a Major League Baseball game. I thought maybe they were measuring sound like decibels, but that doesn't seem quite right. They also viewed a map of the stadium showing positions in the stands. Any ideas? I think they're measuring Wi-Fi strength and saturation as part of MLB's deal with Extreme Networks. Major League Baseball has partnered with network equipment company Extreme Networks, which has become the league's official Wi-Fi solutions provider. What is this round plastic piece? It's stuck to the tile of the house I just bought from the previous owners in the kitchen. It's about 1 inch overall in diameter, quite thin, and has an edge to it. Thought it might be for holding a phone, but it's not magnetic, nor would it make sense for a phone to be put on this edge of the tile. The disc has a metal plate in it. It's to hold a magnet key for the magnetically actuated baby-proof things in the cabinets. I have 3 of them on my walls right now. What is this aluminum capsule found on the beach of Lake Superior? It has what looks like Manitoba in small letters on one side, completely sealed, but sounds like liquid inside when shaken. It is very lightweight. It's pretty scuffed up, which makes me think it's been tossed around Lake Superior for some time. What is it? It's a 1950s to 60s fishing net float, maybe related to Manitoba Hydro, maybe for the line they put out to keep people from getting too close to a dam, and they stamp them to keep people from stealing them to use for fishing. What is this thing? It clamps together like it's supposed to grab onto something. It opens up to about a 45-degree angle and has a level on a swivel. I found it in our garage while cleaning. I googled it and found nothing. Any ideas? It's a bangs cutting clip. Apparently it's to help cut your bangs perfectly level. You put your hair inside the clip and use the level to make sure the cut is straight. It's very intuitive. What is this stopwatch that doesn't start from zero? I saw one of these today, but nobody knew what it has been used for. It works like a normal stopwatch. It runs 60 seconds revolutions, and zero is at around 47 seconds or so from the start. Also, the numbering is inconsistent. And this was the only image I was able to find of the same model watch. What is it for? Please tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.